We will solve this today's LeetCode problem. This is LeetCode medium. Let's see what it is. This is given a number of islands in this. Okay, this is given mn to n 2D binary grid, which represent a map of 1, which is land, and 0, which is water. We need to return the number of islands. So what does island mean? Island means the which is surrounded by water and is formed by connecting adjacent lands horizontally or vertically. You may assume all four edges of the grid are all surrounded by water. Okay. Yeah. If you have solved previous problem, that was the problem of the number of that was the problem of island parameter, right? It is the approach was similar. Uh, Here we need to find the number of island, and the previously we have to find the parameter of the single island, right? So how will we find the number of islands here? So if you know that number of island can be formed only with the lands, right? The land island should have a land, so it is a group of group of one. It should be a group of one, right? It should be a group of one. So if you see here, the adjacent cells which is connected by one is this one, this one. So this is all is connected here, right? This one, and this all one is connected. So number of island in this case is number of island is one, right? And if you see in this case, this grid, how many islands are there? So if you see, the connected island is this four. This is one, right? This one. So this is one of the island, right? And this one here all is surrounded by water, so this one is also this is the total two island. Now this one is again a third island, right? Because so total, what is the number? It is three, right? It is three. So how will we find the number of islands here? So we will what for making one island, we need to find a starting point, right? If you see, if you have solved previous problem, you need to find a starting point so that we can traverse in all the four directions and make we can traverse in all the four directions and traverse and make an island and increment a count. So but if there are many islands, then we need to find for every island a starting point which is not wasted, right? So what we will do, we will iterate in a grid, and whenever I find a one, I will uh, mark it as a starting point. So the intention is here that we will find a starting point and move in all the four directions and simply make an island and increment the count. Whenever I get a starting point of one, so we will increment the count, right? So suppose in this case, the starting in the second case, this is the second. In this second, the first starting point will be 0 0, right? This first starting point is 0 0. Now I will move in all the four directions, which is 1 1 and 1 1. So when I will move in all the four directions, this 1 1 and 1 1, this group, this 4 1 will make a island. So the total number of count will be 1 for this 4. Now I cannot move in any other direction because all this it is surrounded by 0, so we will not move. So now I need to find another starting point which is not covered in this island. So this will be the just it is 2 comma 2 will be the again a starting point, right? So I am confirmed that there will be two islands here, so I will increment the count again. Now I will find all the four directions. So here only one is the air, other four directions is water here, right? Now again I need to find a starting point which is at 3 3, right? It means we need to increment the number of counts, so there will be three islands. Now I need to move in all the four directions, and this one will be covered. So this is how this is the intuition for counting the number of islands here, right? But how will it goes? So we can use a recursion approach, just we have used in previous LeetCode POTD. So we can use a recursion for that. So what we'll do, we find the starting point, and then I will move in all four directions of that starting point till I get a land, right? And also I need to mark it a visitor, so that I will not take the same point again, same land again. So I need to also mark it visited, which is which is market visited, which is uh, no which market visited, which is which, so that we can, so that we don't take don't take that land again, right? So and what we do, we increment the count when and we also increment the count whenever I get a new starting point, right? And we will return the count as an answer, return the count as an our answer, right? So this is the simple approach. So what is the time complexity? So we will see after. So if we discuss, the time complexity will be the O of n into m, because we are moving in all the directions. So we are moving in, we are on O of n into m. N is the length of N is the L is the length of grid, and m is the width of grid, right? So time will be O of n term and space. So if you take a visited extra array to mark it visited, so we need to O of n term. But I will do, I will change this grid ij to another element other than 0 or 1, right? So that it will are get visited and we don't need to do anything. So we can change, so we are not taking any extra, so that will be open. So let's see how will this be implementation, right? So first I need to find this grid length. So it will be grid store size, and for grid width it will be grid 0 dot size. Now I will, what will I do, I will move in this grid part and find which grid has one. So this will be my starting point, this will be the starting point, right? If I get any coordinates which has land 1, so that will be my starting point. So what I will do, I will call a the recursion using this ij and this grid, and I will also increment my answer, so that I can't count the number of island here, right? So now I will move in this solve function and mark all the connected land visited. So what will I do, I will just simply move in this grid and I will mark this grid as 2, right? So that mark mark it as visited, right? Right. And now I will move in all the four directions. So what will I need to do for four directions? I will make a 4 cross 2 array, so that I will move in all the directions. You can also write it manually, but I am just automating, try to automate this. So this will be 0 comma minus 1, right? Minus 1 0 0 1 1 0 and 0 1. And now I will move in all the four directions. For that I need to move in all the directions and make a new coordinate x, which is I plus direction k 0 part, and also need to make a new y, which is j, and this is 1. And this, now I will need to check a boundary condition, which is that it is not go out of bound, or this is not visited already. So for that I need to check y greater than m, and now I also see that whether this grid ij is okay. So for this will be I will not check, and I will see just if grid xy is not visited, which is equals to 1, then I can call this solve function with new coordinates, right? Otherwise we will not call this solve function. So this is how we will mark all the visited, and at last we will return answer. Let's see. So I think this should be correct. Okay, I have not defined an nm. Let's define it. The size of grid and the length and width of grid. This is great. Okay, this should be char. This is a character given, not int. Let's run. Yeah, we have passed the sample case. Let's submit it. Yeah, we passed the test case. So in this, we haven't taken any extra space. We are using this given input array. So I am not using any visited array. So that will be O of one, right? And we need to move on all the cells. So that will take O of n into m. Plus, if you consider recursion stack, that will again will be O of n into m in this case. So yeah, this will be the this is how we will solve the question. You can refer previous one also. So yeah, thank you. Bye bye.